What's up guys, welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. So, today we are going to be taking a look at the new LR Full Power Frieza and the new third form Frieza. So, I thought they both released at the same time. I managed to pull both of them. They work amazingly. They're actually I feel like they're kind of meant to be run together as well. So I thought, why not just do both of them in one video? Let's just hop right in. So we're in the new Super Saiyan Goku Dokkan event, the one that gives you the medals for the new LR Super Saiyan Goku, who I unfortunately did not get lucky enough to pull, but I'm alright with that. I'll probably get him in the future with coins, or if I'm lucky off a banner. But right off the bat, we have probably one of Frieza's better rotations. I should mention, we're on the Sworn Enemies team, and this is what we're rocking here. We're rocking obviously two LR Full Power Friezas as the leader, the new third form Frieza, Angel transforming Frieza, the STR Frieza, just because, Tech Perfect Cell, and then in LR INT Perfect Cell. So right off the bat, this is the friend one, and the friend's one is 55%. Let me just check, did he have any equips? Okay, he has a level 3 attack and a level 3 attack boost in the silver slot. Okay, well, regardless, if we just start off right off the bat, 146 defense is not great. Now, Frieza, he raises attack on 12 key and raises defense on 18 key. So, he's a stacking unit, which is great for long events. But the issue is, you start off with defense like this, which isn't too good for stuff like Super Battle Road, for instance. But anyways, so this is probably Frieza's ideal rotation, right? We've got both of his best linking partners here. In my opinion, they're two of his best linking partners that I know of at the moment. So they both share, actually, see, the thing is, right, Angel Gold and Frieza shares an extra link, but third form Frieza supports. So, you know, if you have third form Frieza, I'd recommend you run him with this guy on rotation. That's probably the best way to do it. But if you don't, then Angel Frieza is your best option if you have him. So another thing about Frieza is if he gets attacked first, he is a guaranteed additional attack. So let's just stop dilly-dallying here. We're going to get a... Can we get... No. Okay, we can get 23 key. That's unfortunate. We're going to just leave you on rotation. Here's the deal, right? He gets guaranteed crits against enemies whose name includes Goku. So, that's why we're in this event. He's going to be getting guaranteed crits on every single attack. So, 5.3 million turn 1. True, he's getting key 3 and attack and defense 40% from the third form Frieza. But that's still amazing. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to just probably... we'll do another rotation with third form Frieza, and when Angel Frieza comes back around, we'll rotate off third form Frieza if this event even lasts long enough. We'll rotate off third form Frieza, and we'll just do a rotation of just the LR Frieza and the Angel Frieza, just to show you guys what he's like without support and with an extra link active instead. Now, on the Sworn Enemies team, we're on this team because this is his new team, right? And for the showcase video, it would be blasphemous if I didn't run him on his own team, of course. The only thing about this team is I am not really the biggest fan of it. It's rather small, and you don't have too many options. Now, true, like 90% of the category is Frieza. You've got the Friezas, you've got the Friezas, and then you have the some of the perfect cells, and then you have like LR Buhan and Buu Piccolo. But that's kind of it, and the Kid Boos, right? But that's kind of it. Like, you know, it's not great. If I'm going to use this Frieza, I would prefer to use him on a Wicked Bloodline team, honestly, because that way I can get like Cooler, you know, just on the team with support. And we all know Cooler at this point, right? Unless you're new to Dokkan. I still consider him one of the better units in the game, honestly. So yeah. So for Frieza, we're getting a little sidetracked there, but Frieza's putting up some serious damage. He is going to town on this Goku. Now, of course, again, guaranteed crits because he is facing off against a Goku. That's kind of why I went into this event. If any of you are struggling and you have this Frieza, thing to consider might be just how good he will be in the GT Goku event. Fighting Legend GT Goku event, I mean. Because, again, guaranteed crits, and he's a stacking unit. Now, of course, you need to get at least 18 ki for him to stack his defense, which is the most important thing. But still, he'll be getting guaranteed crits on every attack through the entire fight, which is just bonkers. It's insane. Like, it's so good. You couldn't ask for more. Okay, you know what? This is good. This is good. So, he only has like 4 links active. Now, to be fair, Big Bad Bosses should be active, but I haven't leveled it up on either of these guys. So, you know, they technically have 5 links, right? But, you know, it's just not active right now. Unless it's level 10 or then it's just not going to be active. So, here's Frieza's active skill. Now, again, if you're unaware, it has to be, you can only use it when you're facing a superclass enemy. That enemy, their HP is 30% or less. So it's a finishing attack, pretty much. Of course, there we go. And of course, it's a guaranteed crit as well on that KO screen. You know, I was never the biggest fan of Frieza. Like, I like Frieza, but I wasn't like, oh, Frieza, you know, I absolutely have to have him. But this unit is definitely making me appreciate him a lot more, I will say. And we got link level ups. Fantastic. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hop into, I guess we'll hop into the Frieza event, where he won't have the guaranteed crits, and we'll see how he performs there. Okay, so here we are in the Frieza event now. I got pretty unlucky on the first rotations, and this is where we kind of encounter one of the issues with Frieza, is his ki. Now, Frieza is a really good unit, but one thing I've found is if you don't run him with the, I think I said Super Saiyan 3 Frieza, with the third form Frieza, the new one that supports and gives him 3 ki, he can struggle to hit 18 ki and above sometimes, unless you just get really good orb drops. He can kind of struggle sometimes to hit 18 ki, which is not great when you're trying to do hard events, like for example, like I mentioned previously, the Fighting Legend Goku GT Edition event, where you want to be building up that defense. So that's one of the issues I have with him. So, you know, that's why I was saying it's if you have the third form Frieza, it's better to run him with this new LR Frieza, because he's giving attack and defense, and more importantly, he's giving ki. Frieza doesn't need the attack and defense, he needs the ki. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to rotate off this third form Frieza, because I want to see LR Frieza, again, like I mentioned, I want to see him with just this Angel Golden Frieza without support. And I feel like that's important because a lot of people probably might not have this third form Frieza, right? A lot of people might just have the third form Frieza or not the LR Frieza, but you know. Now we haven't actually, this is supposed to be an LR Frieza and a third form Frieza showcase video, and we haven't really looked at third form Frieza at all yet, but we will get to that. Alright, so here is LR Frieza. Now with this rotation, actually, so I'm gonna say we get legendary power active, which would be 6 links. But we won't, because Angel Frieza will probably finish him off. So here you can see one of the issues, like I mentioned, the ki. He shares 5 links, but the issue is ki here. And look at this, bad orb drops. So if you don't have third form Frieza and you don't really have any other supporters, you're gonna kind of struggle for ki. You know, to get 18 ki sometimes, which is pretty unfortunate. Well, see, the thing is, right, he stacks attack on 12 ki, so that's great, but his defense isn't budging, really, when you do that. So, and for, again, for difficult events, you want to be stacking his defense. So, you know, make of that what you will, right? It's not the worst thing ever, but, because he still does a lot of damage either way, but, you know, it's just unfortunate. So now we'll take a look at third form Frieza, right? That's fine, he locked him in place. So if we look at him with this STR Frieza here, a lot of people probably have this guy. He links up pretty decently with him, right? They have 6 out of 7 links, actually. This Frieza got Thirst for Conquest, and this one has Brutal Beatdown. They both have Big Ball Basset, but again, it's not active because they're not link level 10. But, you know what? We'll just leave it with him because just for better links, right? So let's take a look at what this Frieza can do now. This third form Frieza is at 60k defense, and his deal is he gets, I believe, increased attack and defense with each attack performed, or is it attack received? No, it's each attack and defense plus 7% with each attack performed up to 70%. And he has a high chance of launching 2 additional attacks. So he's got the Blue Evolution Vegeta style kit, or I should say the AGL Transforming Blue Evolution Vegeta style kit, where he does a super attack, or he just does an attack, and then he launches 2 other attacks that have a high chance of being a super attack, which I like. I definitely like that. The only downside to this Frieza, as we will see here, is his defense is sucky. He supports, but he really needs to build up, which is why he's like super reliant on additionals to get his passive fully built up. Now, of course, he'd be amazing in long events, but Super Battle Road, keep in mind, he is also providing Key 3 and attack and defense plus 40% to himself. So, he's not... I really like him. I do really like him. But the thing is, he takes a while to build up. So you just need to keep that in mind. I don't want it to seem like I don't like him. I really like him, and I'm super happy we finally got a third form Frieza unit in the game that's like not an SR, right? Or not part of transforming Frieza's transformations. So here we are. We got lucky with these orb drops. Now, as you can see, his active skill didn't actually appear there because we're not facing a super enemy. Now, the thing with Frieza is it's a lot easier for him to get his active skill because, well, I'd say probably like 70% of the game or 80% of the game's units are super class. So it's a lot easier for him, probably 70%, a lot easier for him to get it off than it is for Goku. So there he was at 4.6 million without support, 55%. That's really, really good. That's really good. I think what we'll do is we'll just hop into one more event, maybe. And we'll just take a bit of a better look at the third form Frieza. Alright, so here we are in the Piccolo Dokkan event, because random thing, I've had this the Dokkan Fest Piccolo, one copy of them just sitting in my box for like months, and I haven't Dokkan awakened them. I only have like half the medals, so I thought I might as well make the most out of this, right? So here's third form Frieza again. So he shares 5 links with this STR Frieza here. But again, the STR Frieza, well, actually, sorry, he shares 6, but the STR Frieza is not that great, so you probably won't want to be running him with him anymore. So what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate him off. So again, this Frieza is never really, as far as I'm aware, well, unless you have him linked up with just nobody, right? Basically, nobody he links with. He's not really going to struggle for Key. Because again, he's providing himself with Key 3. So let's just take a look at what he can do here from the very beginning. So we're going to be focusing down on letting him get off all of his attacks here. If we're able to, we might sabotage the run a bit just to try and get him built up a bit more. So 950. Now again, this is only 55%, right? So if you have a dupe in him, that's going to go up a good bit. Dupes, again, bottom right path, first dupe is always the biggest improvement to a unit. So, his attack stat's not great, his defense isn't great, but just have to keep in mind, right? He builds it up, and I believe he stacks, hold on, I think he stacks attack and then raises defense for 1 turn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he stacks attack and raises defense for 1 turn. So, he's more of a second slot unit, like here with this Frieza, but it's, since we're just going to be showing him off here, it's fine for the purposes of this showcase. It's fine having him in the first slot, because if we put the LR Frieza in the first slot, he's just going to one-shot the Piccolo, So it kind of defeats the purpose. You won't get a showcase, right? So, yeah, so this third form Frieza is quite good. He's very reliant on additionals, though, and very reliant on super attacking first. So, you know, there's that. But again, as you can see here, we're not struggling for ki at all. And look at that, Frieza is getting a 24 ki. This is going to be interesting to see, actually. This is going to be very interesting to see. So, there is at 1.2 million. He got one attack off, I believe. One super attack, unless I'm mistaken. So there he's at 1.4. Now, again, I'm pretty sure his attack raises only have to be on attack, so it doesn't matter if he gets a super attack. As long as he's able to get an attack in, his stats will go up. So that's good. So there's there's Frieza at 5.9. So almost just a shade under 6 million. 55%. 55%. What? That's crazy. That is crazy. So, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. Like we've seen the two Friezas in some pretty good situations. They look and perform very well. And can I just say they're both really fun to use. I don't think they're super battle road destroyers. You're not gonna just go in and just melt each fight turn one with them, because you yourself will probably just get shredded up with the defense they start with, which is not good, as you could probably tell when I showed it earlier. But the thing is, right, these units, they're good. They're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. They're more long event oriented. Think Infinite Dragon Ball history, the legendary Goku events, the legendary Vegeta event, you know, on JP, and whenever that eventually comes to global. Okay, last rotation here with this third form Frieza here. Now, obviously, his passive's not fully built up, right? But you can see that he's just slowly just getting better and better now. Let's see how well he tanks this for. I'm not imagining he's going to do too well here in the tankiness department. I should have checked his defense, but yeah, and that's from a Dokkan event. Now, sure, it's type disadvantage, but you know, he's not a slot 1 unit anyways, right? But there he is, just at 2 million, now 2.1 million. You know, I feel like I'm slandering this guy, but in reality, I actually really like him. I actually really, really like him. Yeah, I really like this guy. So, now we've got the big question on everybody's mind, right? Where do they fit in terms of the top units in the game? Now, of course, the third form Frieza is a banner unit, so he doesn't really fit into the discussion quite the same. In terms of banner units, well, I think the GT Trunks and Goten and the GT Gohan and Goten are probably a little better, but I would say he's probably in my opinion, probably the third best, you know, banner unit, sorry. Probably the third best banner unit. But in terms of the LR full power Frieza, where would I rate this guy? So, this is going to be a bit of a controversial opinion, right? I think he is third. I think he's the third best LR in the game, okay? And here's my reasoning for it, okay? He's not, like, if we just look at LR UI Goku and LR Blue Evolution Vegeta for a minute, right? They have basically built-in crits, right? And with this Frieza, it's limited to Goku, right? It's a guaranteed crit, but it's only against Goku, it's guaranteed. With the UI Goku and the Blue Evolution Vegeta, they have a 50% chance to crit, and if they get an additional, which they have a high chance to do, it's a guaranteed crit. If they get another attack, that's also a guaranteed crit, right? On top of that, they also have the active skills, and on top of that, they have revival mechanics, right? These guys don't have revival mechanics, which is another thing. On top of that, right, the defense situation with both Blue Evolution Vegeta and UI Goku, I feel is just better. Right off the bat, it's just better. Because, for example, you know, like, it's with Blue Evolution Vegeta, you just need to get him hit a couple times, and he builds his defense up for the turn. With his Frieza, he stacks it, sure, but you need to get 18 key super attacks, and if you don't have the new third form Frieza, it's going to be kind of a struggle to do that, right? Whereas with the Vegeta and the Goku, it's just a lot more intuitive. It's a lot easier. Again, I really like this unit. I'm just saying I prefer them. So the way it sits in my mind is, I've got UI Goku as 1. Right, as much as I love Blue Evolution Vegeta, I still think I do think UI Goku is a little bit, just a little better, right? Blue Evolution Vegeta is a clear-cut number 2 for me. No doubt in my mind there. I still favor him as number 2. There's not really much competition there, I don't think. And then Frieza is number 3. Number 4, I think, is Namek Super Saiyan, the LR Super Saiyan Goku, right? The new one. And the main reason I put him a 4 is because for example, his active skill, you're very rarely going to see it compared to this Frieza's, right? Because he has to be against extreme class units, which they're not by any stretch of imagination rare, but super class units is like 70% of the game, right? So, you know, you can see why I kind of feel like Frieza's a little better there. Goku, don't get me wrong, Goku is still amazing, but I like Frieza a little more. And for number 5, I feel, I don't know, I think for number 5 I'd probably put STR Goku and Vegeta, Angel Vegeta that fuse into Super Vegito still. I still think they're in the top 5. Although I guess you might be able to make the argument for the Angel Goku and Angel Vegeta that fuse into Tech LR Gogeta as well for number 5 spot. You could convince me to have them both tied there, but anyways, that's where I'm putting this guy. That turned into a bit of a long rant. Not necessarily a rant, but you know, now he's got a lot of categories, which is nice. His links are great. He's just a great unit all around. If you haven't summoned, I highly recommend you summon for this guy. And the Goku, of course, depending on who you prefer, right? They're both. There's nothing wrong with either of them. They're both amazing units. You know, if you can get either of them, that's great. That's a win. If you can get both, then you just got insane luck. Just keep in mind, right? The Heroes, Dragon Ball Heroes units are coming up in November. Now, there's still a bit of time left, right, to save up stones, and I myself have like 12 stones, so I need to get on the saving up, right? But what I will say is, just keep in mind, right? Heroes is coming up, and those units only show up once a year, and we don't know who's going to be on the banner. Last year we got like 4 Super Saiyan 4s, which was incredibly hype. So we have no idea what they're going to do this year. All right. So just keep in mind that the Hero Celebration is coming up, and you might want to have a couple stones available for multis. All right. That's all I'm saying. But if you want to go ham on these banners, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because these are some seriously good banners. These are some seriously good banners. But that's it for today's video. A bit long in the tooth, I know, but let me know what you guys think of the new units. Who do you prefer out of Goku and Frieza? You know, if you liked the video, feel free to drop a like, maybe subscribe, and ring the bell. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next Dokkan Battle video.